As the world's demand for energy continues to grow, people look to the wider ocean. According to statistics, the continental shelf and continental slope in the ocean contain about 300 billion tons of oil. Enough for hundreds of years. The oil is offshore, shallow and deep. At present, more than 100 countries and regions in the world have conducted offshore oil and gas exploration. More than 40 countries are developing offshore oil and gas fields. In the deep sea, few countries have access to it, because deep water needs professional marine equipment to support. China has independently developed Blue Whale No. 1 and Blue Whale No. 2. Blue Whale 2 can explore more than 15,000 meters below the ocean floor, to provide strong support for the development of China's oil and gas fields. China recently and other major marine equipment also came to the good news. On December 4, 2019, the world's largest tonnage class built independently by China, offshore floating production storage and unloading device P70 has been successfully taken off the production line, and successfully delivered to the Brazilian owner in Qingdao. The P70 is more than 300 meters in length and 74 meters in width. The deck area is equivalent to 3 standard football fields. With a maximum displacement of 350,000 tons, it is comparable to 6 medium-sized aircraft carriers. P70 has attracted great attention from all over the world. Floating offshore production storage and unloading device is also known as the offshore oil plant. Traditionally, offshore oil platforms are used for exploration and development. The pumped oil is transported to the processing plant by special vessels. It is processed and then sold to other countries. Offshore oil plants can run directly through pipelines under the sea to receive a mixture of oil and water from an undersea well. The mixture is then processed directly on the platform into qualified crude oil and natural gas. It also can carry out oily sewage treatment, power generation, heating and other operations. It is a comprehensive offshore oil production base. Can set personal living and production command in one. Since it is the world's largest offshore oil plant, the oil, gas and water production capacity of P70 is stronger. According to officials, the P70 can produce 150,000 barrels a day. It produces 14 million tons of crude oil a year, equivalent to a quarter of the Daqing field. It can also process 6 million cubic meters of natural gas per day. It can greatly improve the ability of oil drilling and development. There are not many such offshore oil plants. The number of offshore oil plants operating globally is 210, according to the data. It is mainly produced by South Korea, Singapore, China, and Brazil, and sold all over the world. This time the P70 produced by our country is delivered to Brazil. It will pass through the world's largest load-bearing capacity semi-submersible carrier Pioneer transport through the Pacific, Indian and Atlantic Oceans. Eventually, oil fields will be operated off the southeast coast of Brazil. The P70 broke several technical blockades during construction and set several world records. A total of 17 large functional modules are distributed on the platform deck. The heaviest module weighs 2,600 tons and is 25 meters high, equivalent to the height of a 7-story building. It is not easy to fix such a large device on the deck. A spherical support is attached to the bottom of the module. This is also the first of its kind in China. Connect the buffer between the module and the deck. Installation flatness error should not exceed 0.2 millimeters, very difficult. Construction crews need 48 hours of continuous work to complete. The remaining 16 units will be combined with this largest module. Responsible for offshore oil and gas processing, the P70 is also a highly integrated offshore oil and gas processing plant. Offshore oil plants are difficult to build because of their high cost. Has been known as the crown jewel of the oil industry. The P70 was built during the 18-month integration process. A project team of nearly 1,000 people was organized. The technical difficulties of the platform are solved. A total of 190 technical innovations and process innovation. Besides, the project personnel also applied the Intelligent Interface Management System. The dynamic and standardized management of the offshore oil platform has been realized. The entire platform's steel consumption of 45,000 tons. That's the weight of 30,000 cars. The length of the cable laid reached 1.5 million meters. The localization rate of parts is as high as 80%. Directly driven more than 100 domestic equipment manufacturers. Such a high domestic production rate is the first in the world. Offshore oil chief engineer responsible for building the platform said, "The completion of the P70 has made it an international star. With the reduction of energy resources on land, countries around the world will vigorously enter the development of offshore oil and gas fields. This will be a good opportunity for China's shipbuilding industry. As long as we have the technology and the building capacity, there will be more international orders in the future. Also, the P-70 is 90 days ahead of the contracted construction period. It set a new record for the speed at which China has built its large offshore oil and gas treatment plant. It produced 150,000 barrels a day. The early delivery of the P-70 will save Brazil $8.4 million in costs. Brazil's Santos Basin oil fields. Also, China provides the world's largest offshore oil processing platform. Directly put Brazil on top of Latin America's oil list.